I've been wanting to talk about the subject for a long time, and I've been kind of keeping it to myself, and just only very few people know about this. I never, how do I start? Most of my life, and I was raised, we'll start out, give you somewhat of a background of my history, sort of. My real parents, when I was, my born mother was Mary Lois Peters, was married to William Carl Peters. Now, my mother that gave birth to me died when I was like 2 or 3 years, between 2 and 3 years old. And I have at that point I had 3 older sisters. 2 of my sisters have died, and one is still living, the one next to me. I'm the youngest, okay? But we were all, when my mother died, we were all basically, my father had abandoned us all and disappeared. Nobody really knows what happened to him, and we just figured that he was just dead, so we were all orphans, okay? At first, my grandma and grandpa, my mom's mom and dad, took me in, and they kept me for a while till they couldn't handle me no more. I was like 3 or 4, maybe 3. I can remember vaguely some of the things in my life with them, and but most of my oldest sister, Sue, she ended up going in and out of different family members. She was 16 at the time, and she was really kind of old enough to kind of almost go where she wanted to. She ended up down with my aunt down in Georgia, and my other 2 sisters were put in foster. Well, we were all ended up in foster homes, and then what we call in Maumee, Ohio. I grew up in Maumee, by the way. They used to call them orphanages, but they called it Miami Children's Center. It was basically an orphanage, and the sister next to me, she ended up with the foster parents, and she ended up calling them parents. So my second oldest sister, Debbie, she remained in the children's home or the orphanage. And Maumee, Ohio is an upscale community. It's not in a poor neighborhood, so it was on River Road, and there were like pretty expensive houses on that road. So it was a pretty nice place, I guess. But I was in a foster home, and I ended up getting adopted by my mother's brother. So that's kind of basically, and they raised me in Maumee, Ohio. I grew up in Maumee, Ohio. Pretty troubled kid. I hated school. My mother that raised me, my aunt, was part Indian, and she was always pathetic. She was a really true Bible believer, Jesus lover, and she was prophetic in a lot of things. She had a lot of visions, stuff, and I don't know if it rubbed off on me, but she had envisioned a lot of things, and especially about the future and things like that. And she used to be able to tell me things about myself that the future things that would happen to me that come true. And she was a big believer in Nostradamus and Edgar Casey. Okay. But other than that, that was pretty much my ESP experience that I ever knew. But I never really. I've had some dreams where I believe that I was reincarnated. I would have these reoccurring dreams, and I didn't know. I in my dream I thought I knew these places, but I didn't. I never been there before. There was one time when I was 13. We went to a wedding somewhere in Michigan, a wedding reception, and I could swear that I've been there before. You know, it was on a lake, private lake, and I looked out and I'm like, wow, this is a weird feeling that I had been there before. So I had sort of had some extrasensory perception. Never really thought about it that much, you know, but I have had some pretty strange dreams in my life that I've never forgotten. And I just wanted to, you know, say some of these dreams and put them out there, and but I'm gonna make this a part one on this video, and this is about some of my dreams. So I'm gonna say part one of my dreams, and I'll restart the video because for some reason the video camera shuts off on me. So let me stop this.